Hello, this is a video on how to solve, but really model, one-step equation with multiplication and division. But before we do that, let's look at our number routine about fix the mistake. So we have x minus -7 is -5. We need to solve for x. So in order to do so, you need to isolate the variable x. So I see x right here. So I need to isolate this. So what is the inverse operation of minus -7? Is inverse operation is add -7. Add -7. So this cancels out. X is equal, so -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus -7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you see any zero pairs here? No. So x is equal to -12. They said the answer was 2. Let's check our work. So I substitute the x with -12 minus -7. So you add the opposite. So 12 negatives, 7 positive, there's more negatives, so it's -5. Check mark. So in this one, we see, again, this is a balance. So the left side of the equation is equivalent to the right side equation. They are balanced. We need to figure out what each x will equal to. So we have two x's, and on this side we have -8. So -6. So what would each x equal to? Well, I'll give a -1 to this x, a -1 to this x, -1 to this x, a -1 to this x, a -1 to this x, -1 to this x. So x is equal to -3. So each x, let's check our work, each x has to be -3. So if this x is -3 and this x is -3, are they balanced? It is. -6 equal -6. So can you translate these algebra tiles into an equation? So it's 2x equal -6 and x equal -3. Number 2, we have -x, 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 -x. That's -4x. And on this side of the equation, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. So let's distribute it. Let's put them in groups. So we have 12 positive. We need to split them or divide them into 1, 2, 4 groups. So dot, 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 dot. This one goes here. 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 And this one goes here. So negative x is equal to +3, but we are solving for x. Remember, in the beginning, a long time ago, it's been a while, when we learned how to multiply and divide integers, this negative also means the opposite of. So you can't see it from here, but you will have the algebra tiles in your hand. If you flip them over, we're doing the opposite of, and then you flip these one over, it'll be opposite of. So we're flipping it over. These are not zero pairs, we're just flipping it over. So x is equal to -3. So if I replace each x with -3, -3, -3, -3, they will be equivalent. So x equals -3. And let's go here. This is -4x equals 12. To check my work, -4 times -3, will it be 12? Yes, it will be. Negative and negative. Opposite of a negative is a positive. Number 3, half of x. So each half of this x is equal to positive 4. So this half of x is equal to positive 4. So what will this half of x equal to? Positive 4. So what will x equal to? If I take away this line, x is equal to 8. So half of an x is 4. Another half of an x is 4. So the whole x is 8. So x equals 8. So let's look at this picture. 1/2 x equals 4. So each half is equal to positive 4. This half is equal to positive 4. So an x is equal to 8. Let's check our work. What's half of 8? 4. Check mark. Number 4. A third of x is equal to negative 6. So each third is equal to negative 6. So the first third is equal to negative 6. The next third is equal to negative 6. And the last third is equal to negative 6. So what will x equal to? Let's take away these lines. So x is equal to negative 18. So a third is negative 6. The other third is negative 6. The last third is negative 6. But the whole thing, x is equal to negative 18. Let's see this correct. 1/3 x equal negative 6. Replace or substitute the x with negative 18. And what is a third or negative 18 divided by 3? Or what's 18 divided by 3? 6. Negative opposite of negative 6. So check mark. So now in this example, given the equation, can you model it? So we have negative 2x equals 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're solving for x. What will each x be? Well, first of all, this is not an x. This is a negative x. So let's first distribute these ones. So negative x equals 4. Again, you can't see it with these, but if you had algebra tiles, it would make more sense. If you flip them over by doing the opposite of, because negative x means the opposite of x, each x will equal to negative 4. Let's check our work. Negative 2, replace the x with negative 4. 2 times 4 is 8. Opposite of negative is positive 8. Check mark. You have an x that is divided into fourths. So each fourth is equal to 2. 1, 2. So each fourth is equal to 2. So this fourth is equal to a 2. This fourth is equal to a 2. This fourth is equal to 2. So if I take this away, x is equal to 8. Let's check our work. Substitute the x with 8 x divided by 4 equals 2. So 2 equals 2. Check mark. Number 7. Model it again. 3x's is equal to negative 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have negative 12. What will each x equal to? So this x, this x, this x. Oh, let's see. This goes here, this goes over here, this has thing, this. So we have 12 negatives. We're splitting it up or dividing it into 3 groups. So that means each x will equal negative 4. Let's check our work. What's 3 groups of negative 4? 3 times 4 is 12. Opposite, negative 12. Check mark. Number 8. You have an x or m, and each m is equal, each third of a m is equal to 5. So this third is equal to a 5. This third of the m is equal to 5. And the last third is equal to 5. So if I take this away, m equals 15. So 1/3, substitute let's check our work. 1/3 of 15. If you 15 that's divided into thirds is 5. Check mark. Number 9, you have an x or f, and you have to divide it into eighths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The eighths. Each eighth is equal to -2. The first eighth is -2. The next 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 eighth is -2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The next eighth is -2. And the last eighth is -2. So if I take this away, x or f is equal to -16. Let's check our work. Substitute the f with -16. If you have -16 negatives and you're dividing into eighths, it'd be -2. Check mark. And our last example, we have -4 y's, and you have 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So what would each -y equal to? I think I already, well, I didn't do it on purpose, but it seemed like I already did it already. I already grouped them already. Each -y equals 4. But again, I'm solving for y. So do the opposite of. So if I flip it around, so it seems like each y will equal to -4. So y equals -4. Let's check our work. I substitute -4, substitute a y with -4. Let's see, 4 times 4 is 16. Opposite of a negative is positive. Check mark. And so what we just did is we model. In our next video, we are actually going to be solving it algebraically using isolate the variable and inverse operation.